Oh dear. Yeah. Hello. On Monday, whatever day it is in April. And hello. My desktop picture. I think it's a forest in Canada by the look of those giant trees. A little picture of Andrew as a boy. My jazzy new keyboard. Got keys like the old typewriters. The Microsoft keyboard I was using was flat and I kept catching the next key. I had to keep going back. But that's a much better keyboard. Now then, it's Monday, isn't it? Yeah, as I said, and I was over there at the shops where we all gather. Me, Mark and Maureen, and sometimes Janet, but she's on the holes at Arnold, just over the hill there. Yeah, fucking hell. Going on holiday to Arnold. I said, God, Janet, I could piss that far. Oh, Arthur, do you have to be so vulgar? She said, I'll have you know, Arnold is a very nice place. I said, yeah, but you said that about Hucknall, just the fag end of Nottingham. And she started to get a little irritated, so I dropped the subject. Not like me to upset people, is it? But anyway, the yob, who threatened to put me in hospital twice over two trivial little things, and he ended up in hospital himself. Yeah, well, he's back to full steam now, and I don't know why these people gather around him. It's a nice spring day out there, or it was, and lots of families over there with children. And this yob, I'm not going to even name him, he was having a go at this old lady on the scooter, Barbara, and he says, "You want to shut your fucking mouth?" And she said, "Don't speak to me like that." He said, "Well, shut your fucking gob then." I thought, it's pathetic to listen to. Eh? And after he'd gone, Barbara was ready to go, and I called her over because we sit on the other side, me, Mark, and Warren. I said, "Barbara, why do you sit mixed with him?" I said, "You'll be there again tomorrow." I said, you sit there laughing and giggling at everything that comes out of his foul mouth. She says, yeah, well, I won't talk to him tomorrow. I said, "Stay away from him, Barbara. You're very welcome to join us." And Maureen said the same. But no, she'll be there with him again tomorrow. She said he went down Netherfield earlier today and he threatened a bloke down there. Well, what's his usual saying? "I might be bad on my feet, but I can still use my fists." For God's sake. Hey. Peter Tyler, the organist in Cornwall. I don't know what's happened to David Phil. He's disappeared. Has he gone off in a rocket to Mars, perhaps? But Peter Tyler, that hymn you played, what was it about? April, was it? Or spring? Or it might have even been Easter. But it was a very pleasant hymn. I'm sorry, my memory is fading. Senile dementia is setting in. And it was very nice, and you played that very well, and your organ sounded excellent through those quality Bose headphones hanging up there. And I was playing, what was I playing the other day? Oh yeah, Donovan, the folk singer of the 60s, a live concert he did, singing his big hit, Catch the Wind, and had it playing through the speakers. And for some reason I'd also got the headphones on. And it weren't particularly bassy piece, he plays his guitar, but he did have a bass, either electric, I would think it was electric bass guitar, and coming through these speakers, it was quite heavy. And I was happily sat there, and those blinds that are closed at the moment were open. And her next door was tapping on the window. Of course, I didn't hear her, but she could see I got the headphones on, and she came in that door. Of course, I had to take the headphones off quick and turn the volume down. She says, could you turn your volume down off? And the bass is banging. I said, oh, sorry, Doc, sorry. That's the trouble living in the block of flats like this. You know, you've got to think of your neighbours. My bedroom's on the other side of that wall. I'm glad it's up there, he's not in good health. My sister, her birthday's coming up on April the 14th, and I think she's 82. A few days after, on the 18th, I reached the grand old age of 78. Oh my God, oh my God. But I reckon I shall live to about 90, you know. I don't want to, but I think I probably could. I've got ailments, yeah, but I can cope with it. As well as having pressure in my eyes, I've got problem with dry eyes. It feels like grit in your eyes. But when I put these other eye drops in, it does clear it. Yeah, so, you know, we all have our cross to bear in this life, don't we? Now, Peter, going back to Peter Tyler, you played, you recorded Near Am I God to Thee to the tune of Bethany, didn't you? Yeah, well, you did a previous recording of that, and I sang to it, didn't I? But I think that was last year when my ex-wife passed away, and I managed to get through it. But the new recording you done, I would not be able to sing to it because it's not in my key. I could sing it, but then I'd have to go to falsetto because it goes a bit high. Yeah, so I'm not bothered trying to sing it. No, I've sung that before on the previous recording last year. I have. Right, so I must tackle them discs. It takes me a long time to get around to doing things, you know. And it was nice yesterday at Lincoln Cathedral, it was. And as I said to Peter, when we left the cathedral, I hobbled out on my crutch, and at the back of the cathedral, the organ sounded much better, and I did ask a question, which I thought that either Rob, David, but God knows what's happened to him, probably has gone off on his holes to Mars. But I thought either Rob, David, or even you, Peter. I did ask a question, didn't I? I was telling Andrew, the organ in Lichfield Cathedral is either a Father Willis or a Henry Willis. I'm not sure. And I thought, well, Rob's about to know, or David Philp or Peter, but neither. But none of you have mentioned it. I could look on Google, but I ain't got time. So is the organ in Lincoln Cathedral a Father Willis or a Henry Willis organ? I like the recording that the rock star Rick Wakeman did. It's on YouTube. Rick Wakeman plays the organ of Lincoln Cathedral, and he is a classically trained musician. And I did say on that video, didn't I, Cat Stevens' famous recording, Morning Is Broken, the piano riff at the beginning was actually composed by Rick Wakeman. Right, let me get me dinner. And that's it. I'll upload this to YouTube. I use that thing all the time. It's a grabber, like, you know, outside of the Madonna. So anything on the floor, I don't have to bend down to pick it up. There's my cup. I'll make myself my mug. I'll make myself I'll make myself a mug of tea and get me dinner, and I can't spare any more time. So that's it. Right. Before I waffle on any longer, I'm off. Oh yeah. What's her name? Karen. What are you on about, Karen? Lincoln Cathedral was a big church. A church? It's a cathedral. Churches are little. Cathedrals are big, and there are many in this country. Lichfield, Canterbury, Norwich. Oh, they're all over the place. Yeah. more than I care to mention. Bye. Bye.